Fucking hell. Really? Didn't connect to Bluetooth?
Power off.
Come on.
Power on.
There we go.
Bluetooth. Bluetooth connected.
That's better. There we go. Maybe not that loud, though. Ugh. It sweats. Ugh. Man, went from like a pretty nice cool day for the last couple, days to just being like fucking warm now. Talking to people keep calling me Gert MC. Calling me Gert. Well, I forgot to show the fucking Bitter Ramblings link to the group chat when I was doing that show earlier today. It was actually pretty fun. Ended up being like kind of a topic-focused little show with Lev, and it was on Nick Fuentes, out of all people. Kind of going into, back in the days of, Fuentes and him and his Catboy arc and some of his weird shit. Because he had a clip where he unironically said that he made his Catboy his weird musings that were from fucking years ago, really, at this point, almost a decade ago. Walked by a fire pit and people started yelling, "Hey, Gert." Gert? What the fuck? That felt good. That felt good. But since we're in this little angle, I'm gonna do a little more reacts for today and all that fun shit. Didn't get quite my feel from the ramblings, but I actually have like something for sure I want to look at that's actually like interesting. And it happens to be about some labor news, some union news. And it's about flight attendants and airline workers with Air Canada, actually, that are like getting fucked. But apparently there's like more to the story outside of just the typical like, conditions and wages, shit like that. So, I mean, I just kind of figured, but it did end up like start to get a little interesting. I'm like, it's like, because, I mean, you would think, especially if like like a non-United States-based like airline company like Air Canada, they would be a lot more better about, certain conditions or, like work-related like benefits, stuff like that. But no, definitely not. And also, like, I even saw this on Flight Radar too. Like, pretty much like all the planes outside of like a couple of them are grounded. And the shitlifs are trying to break it. Yeah, and another interesting thing about it too is that there is actually cross-political like solidarity with these workers. Like conservatives and like the left have been like unified on, helping out the flight attendants and shit. Which I mean, which is what I've always said. When it comes to labor action, like I mean, that is a political in the sense that whatever like being conservative, leftist, this or that or whatever don't fucking matter. What matters is like like the betterment of the worker. You know, and at least in Canada, it seems like they recognize that. I don't know what Trudeau's going to do. I don't think he's going to pull like a Reagan and break it entirely. Canadian conservatives are significantly different from American conservatives. Well, no shit, yeah. I mean, I know they are, but I mean, even there, you would think that, you know, there would still be like this antagonization about it. But frankly, I think it's just because, you know, prices and the economy in Canada is just so fucked. Trudeau's long gone. I don't know who fucking runs that shit anymore. Do you think I pay attention to like who's running Canada? In my mind, it's fucking Trudeau because he's always been the weird dork that's been running that fucking shit. I don't know who it is now. A Trudeau clone, basically, I guess? I don't know. Mark Carty. Well, shows you how much I know what's going on over in Canada. Not that, like, you know, I just find, like, I just find that, like, you know, when it comes to any, like, labor or union, you know, news and stuff like that, I always want to at least, you know, bring it up. Or at least talk about it when I can. When I hear some new stuff. And, yeah, but at least just with what's going on with that specifically is pretty much like the most recent like kind of political anything that I've heard from Canada really in a while. But at least it is like I guess technically shitty news, but it is good news too. I mean, so well, seeing what's up with hello. Oh, sorry, you know, kind of neighbors up north. Which, you know, speaking of which, might as well at least split screen this real quick and all that. There we go. I can just have the screen up and ready whenever I want it. There we go. Actually, I might as well also look up that video too here. Should be like the most recent video, I think. Yeah. Executives in crisis. Flight attendants fight back as Air Canada runs to mommy and daddy. Dude, like, that's another thing I at least got to, like, I forgot who it was, but I saw, like, some, like, Canadian official or some shit. Or, like, a union head. I don't know who it was, but I literally to mommy and daddy, you know, for help, you know, when it comes to arbitration, you know, but, like, because they were able to get arbitration a few days after they filed for it. But when the union did that, like, days prior, or weeks prior even, they couldn't get it. You know, so I mean, I kind of find that kind of hilarious though, because you know that even you know in Canada they don't take their shit, which is good. I mean, I'm kind of glad that at least you know if there is anything you know like when it comes to like the current economy and like the current status of affairs, even like whether in the U.S. or in Canada, at least right now, is that it seems like you know the approval of like labor action and unions and stuff is you know just still on the rise. And if I remember, at least I know in the United States it's been at an all-time high since at least the 80s. So I mean now it's at a point where even conservatives can't you know ignore the fact that yeah it's just inherently beneficial, just period. And arguably even from a capitalist perspective it would be beneficial. Even capitalist reasons to have like unions and shit. Workers are happy, thus more productivity. You know, when you invest in your workers more, and thus you know long-term investment for more profit. It's just not short-term profit or like the immediate, quick, like I need it now, now, now kind of shit. So he stopped a Canadian Trump, so that's something. Like, I guess. Well, Mike Carney. Like I love his name too. Like, because, I mean, I don't know what his politics are like. I'm assuming he's a shitlib. Or at least, like, you know, some lib of the sorts. I don't know. But, like, his last name just reminds me of, like, you know, like a Carney show or something. You know, like someone that's working at a carnival at the Carnies. Just has like, there's just something about that name where I just think of like a carny shill or something. Too bad it doesn't look like a carny. Or does he? I actually don't know what he looks like. I'm gonna look it up. Fuck it. Actually, the video we're gonna watch probably has him on there, so maybe I don't need to. I figure actually I'll let the video, split screen all that after the song. Happens to be kind of fitting too. I'm an urban gorilla in myself. Little Beto. Hi, buddy. Also a good idea to maybe check out something else. At least after that video. Because there is actually like a longer form thing. I probably won't watch the whole thing. But maybe at least enough of it to, like kind of talk about on our own about like China and their, I guess more or less are being like the West perspective of them in the internet and how they regulate it. And honestly, like, I mean, it's kind of eye-opening for me personally. Like, I mean, not that it already kind of was when the TikTok ban shit was kind of going on earlier in the year, because in a lot of people shit, and honestly, it's just like, I mean, even for like what people in China are taught and like learned and stuff, what not just even with America, but just like when it comes to like the global politics and global affairs historically and currently, they are insanely like knowledge in a sense that like arguably they're better knowledge than even like some European like educated and like people so and at least especially when it comes to things like American history, way more so than ourselves in a lot of cases. And there was also like another factor I learned is that with some parts of the regulations and shit, which I don't like all of them. There's actually plenty of things about like elements of how they do it, where especially for someone like me, it just would be bad, especially being like a political dissident. But I mean, like honestly, it's actually like genuinely kind of refreshing to see in a sense, like arguably, at least in my opinion, because they don't just let shit run rampant. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to brain rot, when it comes to disinformation, weird Alex Jonesian type freaks, telling people not to get vaccinated, whatever the fuck, shit like that. Like they actually like curtailed that type of shit. I'm just like, holy fuck, that's actually awesome. I mean, honestly. Now they go to a point where I don't agree because they'll even take it as far as to even like do so to ensure like national unity and ethnic solidarity and a few other things that I'm just like, huh, But overall, though, I mean, like just when it comes to like, especially as a utility, it's just seen it and done better, and and they just operate it better. Like honestly, and considering like the like lack of cohesion and a lack of like, I get really just solidarity, commonality, and like unity with people. Like the wild West-esque nature of the internet is honestly, I mean, at least the West side of the internet, like, is a major role of that. Now, there's parts of it that I love, but and ultimately would love for it to still be there to an extent, like especially when it comes to like trolling and all that shit. I mean, you gotta leave some around, but at this point, it's just gone too far, especially with these companies, like with how they are trying to regulate shit. Because it's not like, an act of governance for, like cohesive society and shit. It's an act of surveillance and governance with a company that only cares about making themselves look good, with PR on top of how to make as much money as fucking possible. And frankly, a part of that is letting whatever the fuck go, kind of shit, outside of maybe certain extreme shit. That's why you got, platforms like Twitter and shit that are just full of, especially at this rate, like just straight up Nazis, at times. So, I mean, but at least when it comes to places like China, when it comes to their services stuff and how they regulate it, you don't get that. Like they actually, at least, when it comes to extremes, like, again, I think they take it a little too extra, but that would be for a little later anyway, because I think it would be interesting to kind of, expand into and, learn a little more about. But that's not where we're getting into first, so. But I figured I'd at least, maybe drop a little bit of a knowledge bomb or two about it from what I was, like, kind of reading about, learning. Especially with how, like, censorship in the West and how shit's been changing now with, like, internet services are, like, it's something that I think, will be, worth checking out. But we'll at least, do that later. If we got time or if it's still to move for it. But switch your screen so you can look at the world today. There we go. Alright, now let's turn this up. Turn you up. Boom. Bada boom.
And the chance of this crowd, hell no, we won't go.
If you have not been following this labor dispute between Air Canada and flight attendants, I don't think you truly understand how interesting and layered this story is. So I'm going to break it all down, as right now, banding together to fight for Air Canada flight attendants, as they've announced.
Now, right off the bat, like, the aspect of it being layered is what kind of, perked my ears up. Because honestly, I would have probably have just talked about it just casually or whatever, like, on my short style streaming or some shit, if it wasn't for that, really. I mean, because especially with, how, like, at least right now, with, like, the solidarity that, we'll be seeing, when it comes to, like, some of this footage, it's not just these flight attendant unions, it's, like, truckers unions, like metal workers union. It's like unions from all different industries that are like here in solidarity, specifically like, standing with the flight attendants and shit. Like it's a huge like labor strike, which also that's how you win labor strikes, by the way. You can't just have one union just be there on a strike line and hope for the best. You need all of them to come together and actually put time and some of their strike funds aside, for solidarity purposes. To be like, hey, we are on a strike, but fuck it. If we got some people who are free to do it, we're sending some people your way. Adding to the numbers, bolstering, like the people that are there. That
on a very shaky legal basis, which I'll get to later. Now, the details here are just wild. From the clear conflict of interest.
Honestly, I'm going to be kind of interested to see if I could probably maybe do this. But I want to see if maybe we can flight radar and joking, because I have like when I first heard about this the other day, because I saw Aaron Rines, who does like a lot of like aviation news content and like flight stream content stuff, and he knows like, so Air Canada, if anyone's noticed, is like rarely got any flights going on right now. So if you filter it out and look on flight radar, you'll see there's only like 2 in the air, then like few on the ground and blah blah blah. Yeah, and I decided to look at it on my own time later, and there was literally only like a couple. And the only reason why those were flying was because they were flown by another, like airlines, technically. Like how SkyWest, has like, affiliation flights with Delta, American Airlines, Alaska, etc. It was under one of those affiliates. So, technically not like a Air Canada specific flight. It's like SkyWest, for example. It's like one of those. So outside of like the few that are, contracted with a different airline, but under Air Canada licensing and shit, like outside of those flights, there are none in the air or even departing or nothing. Not a fucking one. Which shows how powerful, labor strike can, be when it comes to an industry like, air travel. We should make a brunch rating system for shit libs. Oh yeah, we definitely should. So, well, yeah, that's the only thing that works. Otherwise, they just fire you. Just too many of them to make you look embarrassing to them. Yeah, on top of that, then there's also the factor of, if you try to break the strike up, especially if you have scabs or cops, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for, that to be broken up when you got a lot more people there.
That will blow your mind to the insane level of unpaid work that flight attendants experience.
That's another thing about a strike line. I mean, it's not always true, but, because some, strikes, including some of the ones I've been to, have actually been relatively small and very laid back and relatively chill. But in a lot of cases, there are small strikes that have been, especially in the past, that have been broken up and very violently because just the numbers. For the workers are too. Because, I mean, obviously, if you have a scab who ain't really afraid to fuck you up just so they can start working or some shit, then, they're going to be far less likely to try to start shit or try to get through for, like get you out of the way, type of shit, when there's like 100 of you versus like 20, because that guy also has like 15 other scabs behind him with their trucks and whatever the fuck waiting to get in the fucking, factory floor and shit like that. Or in this case, the tarmac, so they can, be flight attendants or whatever. At least in this case. Raking court money, union busting, lack of charisma, huffing Israeli farts. Air Canada. I mean, probably. With the Israeli shit, probably.
To the consensus between liberal and conservative voters on this issue, which I found to be a little surprising. There's just so much here. So let me get right into it with the announcement from a few days ago, from August 13th. Air Canada flight attendants forced to issue strike notice to end unpaid work.
No brunch.
So
bitch ranking in corporate money, union busting like charisma, huffing Israeli farts. Oh, brunch. It's an acronym. Oh, I forgot N. Let me think of something. Lack of charisma. Honestly, just say no charisma. Just have NC be no charisma. There you go. So it'd be bitch-like behavior, which is double B brunch, raking in corporate money, and then it'll be union busting, no charisma, huffing Israeli farts. But I mean, if we're gonna count like more, I don't know. Like there's a lot going on there. I mean, we kind of have to like narrow some of it down. Bitch-like behavior is fine because that's just double B. Rating corporate money, yeah. I mean, I guess I could be the same. I mean, or honestly, C could be corporate whore. Just have it all like one word. Or just corporatist. Bitch-like behavior. Then the R would have to be something different. Retardedly spineless. I mean, I don't know. We'll work on it. I feel like this could be adjusted and fixed, fixed up and all that. Yeah, C, corporate is good. Yeah. I mean, it's a great start so far. We just need to, like, do a little bit of a stir in the stew and, see what works with the flavors and all that.
A reference here, at least one of their issues, entry-level flight attendants' wages have only gone up by $3 per hour since the year 2000, while inflation has increased by 69% in the same time frame.
Since fucking 2000. Like, they're fucking flight attendants. Shouldn't that be like every 3 months it's a $3 an hour increase or some shit because of like, I don't know how much money they ought to be making? I mean, like, that is genuinely fucking wild to me. I'm guarantee you that my wage increases when I was working with when I was in the union were way more than $3 an hour since 2000. In fact, I know for a fucking fact it is. Like, I mean, the fuck. I don't even need to really like click that. Oh wait, it's that Onion headline. God damn it, dude. You got me. Honestly, I was about to fucking like be like, what? Nah, no way, bro. And plus, I really couldn't click it anyway, because with how split screen works with this shit, like, I can't exactly, like... I would have to, like, do some weird shit to deal with it. It's a little convoluted.
And this is very interesting. So, a flight attendant shared how much they actually get paid. Writing here, I made about $35K last year in 2024, and so do most other flight attendants, full-time, 2.5 years of service at the time, with rent in Vancouver being one of the most expensive places in the country. $2,500 a month for a bedroom, that's $30K a year. It is poverty wages. And
Can I help you? Oh my god, buddy. Yeah, hi, hello.
interesting detail. We average about 35 hours every month unpaid. We don't get paid for boarding, delays, deplaning, medicals. Now, as somebody who, I'm not a flight...
Like, that is also just insane. Like, shouldn't it be, like, just a part of the job that you get paid for, like, boarding, delays, deplaning, like, you know, everything that, you know, could happen when you're being, I don't know, a fucking flight attendant? Like, I mean, it's just, like, you would think that's just the assumption. Like, yeah, maybe the wages would still be shit. Or maybe, like, it's only, like, you know, half of the wage, you know, when you're not officially on the plane or whatever. It's like... I mean, you would still think that we're getting fucking paid, though. But no. I mean, you know, it's like you would think it'd be like, oh, they're not getting paid for, like, you know, services like fucking, you know, like with, you know, having a hotel, you know, or something like that. You have to pay for that for yourself or some shit, right? Like, you know, I mean, you would think there would be some bullshit. But that is just fucking insane. They don't get paid for when they're boarding the fucking plane, which they're doing that before the passengers do. And it's including not just them and their shit, but also the passengers. It includes whatever delays, which isn't even their fucking fault half the time. Usually that could be for whatever fucking factor, including something as benign as weather. You know, and when it comes to, like, deplaning, that's another part of the job process, is deplaning people, including their stuff and them. And medicals, like... So I'm assuming they don't get medical leave? Like, is that what I'm assuming? Because that's what I'm assuming that's what it means. You don't get medical leave. You don't get medical PTO. You know, and shit like that. What we're talking about in this video. The Air Canada flight attendant strike that's going on. This is something that kind of popped up. I've noticed it, funny enough, first with Flight Radar. Because, like, Air Canada flights were just suddenly just not in the sky. And I was like, the fuck? And then I looked it up. It was because of a flight attendant strike going on. And when I got about maybe like 5 minutes into this video where I'm like, this shit is like... I need to react to this, you know, because I'm already was going to probably talk about it anyway. But there's layers to this shit, honestly. There's some layers. That's a bad situation. My phone's super fucking hot right now, so it seems fine. I'm just gonna roll with it and just keep fucking chugging. If it gets weird, then we'll just be MIA for a second, be back, I guess. I don't know. But in the meantime, yeah, it's fine so far, so we're just chugging. And hey, if my phone's literally maintaining 80% right now since we started, then I that's a win. It ain't draining, it ain't gaining, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's there, just chilling.
Obviously, I don't know any flight attendants. I didn't know that they don't get paid for working. Like, they're working. This is work that they don't get paid for. So
that also sounds like slavery. Or the neighbors don't get. The neighbors don't get. I don't fucking know. Honestly, I swear to God, if I found out they had, like, some mule or a donkey in there or some shit, I would unironically be like, okay, bro, what the fuck? I would actually try to figure out a way to break in just to free that poor son of a bitch. Like, sell it to, like, some equine ranch or services or whatever the fuck in, like, Oregon or something.
When we get to some of the other details here around how the Biden administration...
More, from what I understand. Oops. But we thought they had 2 dogs. They have fucking 5 of them. They have and they're all not little dogs either. All of them are big. So I'm now also realizing half the time I'm, like hearing random shit, especially when there's barking, it's literally those dogs like fighting each other or whatever the fuck, or playing or whatever. And it's just like, or trying to kill each other or something. It's like, what the fuck? It's honestly fucking wild, bro. But it's not important though.
Money the CEO makes compared to workers, like I don't think anybody's going to finish this video being on the side of Air Canada. It would be impossible unless you are literally an Air Canada executive because of the details here. They're just insane. So Air Canada announced they no
It's like the dogs playing poker painting. Yeah, pretty much, but they're not playing poker.
They wanted to negotiate a contract because they were seeking binding arbitration. And they got what they wanted. So the Liberal government, this is yesterday, invoked Section 107 of the Canada Labour Code to end a strike by Air Canada flight attendants fighting to end unpaid work and poverty wages. Now, I will get to more in Section 107 later, since it is worth its own discussion, but it is worth mentioning here, what incentive do executives have to pay workers properly if they know the government can just come in on their behalf and force people back to work? But this was after Air Canada asked the jobs minister, keeping in mind here, there is no labor minister, which may give you an indication.
What? They don't have a labor minister, in their government. I wonder whose side they're on. At least we have a labor secretary in our fucking country.
How the government feels about labor. But the jobs minister agreed and gave in to Air Canada to see,
but not to the union, conveniently enough.
A binding arbitration process, despite the fact that the union maintained its opposition to arbitration. Now, this is interesting for one reason, if not several. But David J. Dorey, who is a law professor at York University, writes here, there we go, as I suspected, for another magic Section 107 referral. Note how quickly the government imposes arbitration when the employer, Air Canada, wants it. No such order yet in Canada Post, where the employer is resisting arbitration and union has asked for arbitration.
It would be better to have no one than, or like what, the Raymer or whatever. I mean, out of all the fucking, I'm saying labor secretary in the sense of just it being a position. But, I mean, out of all the people in Trump's cabinet, she is honestly, like, legit, probably, like, what's that, baby? Oh, that's the fucking microwave. That's showing on. I was reheating something, and then I realized I was really hungry. But, I mean, like I was saying, like, out of all the people in Trump's administration, at least so far, as it stands right now, I mean, even given who she is, like, she's probably, like, the, quote, best person in his administration. That's not saying much at all, like, whatsoever. But, I mean, arguably, she was literally one of the few congresswomen who were Republicans that were somewhat in favor of the PRO Act outside of her weird little ideas of changing some stuff. And also is not inherently or overtly anti-union. She actually does seem to have somewhat sympathetic positions around it. Like, she's not great or even really good for labor or really fucking anything. But, I mean, for a Republican, though, she's probably the best you're going to get. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, so I don't like her. And, yeah, it would just be better to have nobody than her. But, I mean, if there is going to be somebody, I mean, why not my old congresswoman, out of fucking goddamn Oregon, dude. Like, I can't believe she just, like, jumped up to that level of fucking power. Like fucking that, dude. I can't snap. Like, dude, it's just like, how? Oh my god. Ugh.
So, a couple months ago, this tells you everything about who the government works for. And this is true under conservative governments, this is true under liberal governments. They work on behalf of employers. So when Canada Post is refusing arbitration, even though the union wants it, no arbitration. Air Canada in this case wants it, they get it just a few days after requesting it. Like, it just shows you the massive disconnect between the government and the vast majority of people being the working class. Now, Air Canada flight attendants to defy back to work order remain on strike. So this is
Good.
a wonderful reaction, and I think the correct reaction to the Section 107 that's being invoked here, which I'll get to the details on in a minute. But here is a clip from CBC News where they're banding together with other unions to defy this order.
An especially pumped up crowd right now with this rally still going on behind me. And the chants of this crowd, hell no, we won't go. And that is
Hell no, we won't go. Oh my god, the accent is so strong. Holy shit.
referring to that back to work order. They had been told that they were...
Is it me or does she sound somewhat Bostonian? It's like that back to work order, you know, once you leave the harbor of the airport. It's almost like Bostonian. What the fuck? Is there like a subsect of like the Canadian accent that is like legitimately like kind of like Bostonian in nature? Because I don't know what it is, but she does sound like, you know, she has like a very super soft Boston accent that's like very Canadian at the same time.
Back on the job at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's Eastern time. They're saying they are not going to do that. They are going...
I mean, look how fucking huge this crowd is, by the way. Like, and these are from all sorts of different unions. That might be the SCIU, because I know they're an international union. You got the, looks like ISBCU. You know, it got, yeah, I'm assuming Teamsters are probably in here somewhere. Like, every fucking banner here is, like, unironically, like, legit a different union that's out there representing their shit, dude. Like, you know, out there in solidarity with flight attendants, you know? And the thing is, you know, some people might say it's like, well, and it's not inherently their fight. Why are they, you know, why are they wasting time going out there? It's because it is their fight. I mean, it's like, you know, the benefit of, you know, and gains of the flight attendants is a gain for all workers, because it's the whole premise of the rising tide raises all ships. Like, that's the point of it. And when you have, like, you know, an ability to organize, to get together, especially to this level and this degree, then it makes it easier for your own union to be able to fight and gain concessions and gain, you know, victories, you know, with your own contracts and with your own power. Because now you have a lot more of a stronger cohesion with other unions and are organizing and are talking with them a lot more to be able to maintain this back and forth, to be like, hey, you know, we helped you when you're on strike, you know, if we ever have to, you know, we'll give you a call. And, you know, the other unit would be like, well, damn right, you know, we'll send some boys over, you know, when we can, you know, once you give us that call kind of shit.
To defy this order. This crowd has been joined by other unions, not
get
just
out.
CUPE, Unifor. We've got the Machinists Union here. We've seen Postal Workers Unions here. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario is here. So this crowd is...
Fuck yeah. I want to see that banner again really quick, because that's a badass looking banner.
Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario is here.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Dude, you know, there's something about, like, union banners and flags that are always, you know, sometimes can be a little meh. I mean, it's a little meh, but that red, though, that big red-ass banner just flying around, dude, there's something about that where I'm just like, yeah. Yeah.
So this crowd is growing and has blocked off this entire lane here at the departures area at Pearson Airport as they continue to chant and ask the government...
oh my god, dude, they actually have, like, union fucking, like, those little sound fucking bangers and shit. They actually have those as, like, your little union things. That's actually kind of fucking dope. I want one. I want a set.
Air Canada, rather, for what they say is a fair contract.
Now, it's not just other unions that are...
Why can't, like, our unions have some cool shit like that? I mean, low-key, though. Oh, yeah? That flag gives off a weird smell of that color. Kind of smells like communism. Why do you think I like it so much?
Supporting these flight attendants. It's also both liberal and conservative voters in majorities support the flight attendants over Air Canada. So Abacus Data has a really great breakdown here. And again, I link to all my sources below the video on YouTube in the description box, so you can check this out yourself. But a lot of great data points here, including They write, support for the flight attendants is especially strong among liberal supporters, but even among conservatives, more people sympathize with the workers than with the company.
I mean, this is actually pretty impressive. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit so it's a little easier to kind of look at. So this is just overall, like across the board, and flight attendant support is at 59%. The company's at 12. You know, that is just like that 12% are just people that make like triple wage salaries, fucking maybe $500,000, executives, upper management, district management, shit like that. You know, it's those cocksuckers. And the people who don't know are probably just people that just don't pay attention or really give a fuck one way or the other. So they're like, oh. But the fact that, like, despite all that, though, it's at that high of support is just fucking amazing. And I'll admit, like, I mean, at least, you know, with just overall, this is kind of a weird way to, you know, like, I guess, you know, get the data. Because you have the Conservative Party of Canada and the Liberal Party of Canada of 2025 at least. And even with conservatives, even with the I don't know position, it's still over like half of them, half of the voter base. That's fucking wild. I mean, granted, yeah, conservatives in Canada are different from America. But, you know, like, if this were to happen here, I honestly kind of wonder what it would is were relatively the same. But, I mean, it just, I don't know. I mean, it depends, but in a way, I kind of doubt it. I mean, because especially with a lot of, you know, Americans, we all love our traveling and shit, and it's already bad enough we get delays at airports and shit. But you know what? I think it'll be a blessing in disguise because of how shitty the FAA is right now, and like knowing I'm flying soon and it's under all this bullshit. It's like, oh god, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, this is gonna be yeah, like in a way, I would say it's a blessing in disguise. You know, just let it, you know, because then it's less likely that a plane's gonna drop on your head, or a fucking door panel, or something falls off, or whatever the fuck. You know, it's like it's absurd. It's almost like focus on labor is likely a way to support you. I feel like I've heard someone say that before. Well, I've heard a lot of people say it before. Also, like it has frequent flyers and then following issues closely, like people that just follow the issues. And even then, you know, it's up very high, which not surprising.
And you can see the breakdown here, be it CPC voters or Liberal voters. And worth noting on that point, in the spring of 2020, Air Canada temporarily laid off 16,500 staff in an effort to save hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hey, yeah, we need to, like, you know, try to save money and, like, cut in some investments. Let's just fuck over a bunch of workers. I hate how companies' is like first fucking thought in maximizing profit to save money, including up to millions of dollars, is doing that shit. Like, I don't know, maybe you could cut the salaries of the upper management and CEOs and ship it. Oh, they don't want to do that at all. Or maybe, like, lay off some just useless fuckheads that are, like, you know, sitting there at an office desk, you know, just counting numbers of, like, yep, profit, go up. You know, yeah, like, because you need those motherfuckers in the company. You know, it's like, give me a break. Now, let's lay off all the actual important motherfuckers and then, like, outsource our shit. And then we could just make money by, like, jacking up prices on other shit or something like that. You know, we can make up the cost another way. I mean, half of it will be automated anyway. I mean, when it comes to flying, I mean, that's already kind of true as it is anyway. Like, most of the time, planes literally will just be on autopilot and fly themselves for the most part. Pilots are only there to just basically have it take off and land, and then taxi it to the gate.
Then the company took big bucks in federal support, over $500 million through the federal wage subsidy alone, which was supposed to be used to hire and pay employees. Well, they then laid off an additional 1,400 workers in January of 2021. Meanwhile, the chief executive, Michael Rousseau, saw his compensation increase an astonishing 233% from 2021 to 2022. With total
Shocker.
compensation hitting $12.4 million, up from $3.7 million in the prior year. And you can see how the breakdown is there. Now,
I want to look at that breakdown. Fuck you, Dole. I thought you just skip ahead and not even try to read that either. Compensation increase included base salary increase of 160% to $500,000 to $1.3 million. I wonder why they had to cut so much. Because somebody had to get their pockets filled up a little bit more. Go fucking figure. While equity incentives to total $7.8 million, pension commitments total $1 million, and its annual bonus came in at $2.3 million. The fact that anyone can make a goddamn bonus of like over $1 million for fucking anything is ludicrous. I'm okay with like some big bonuses and shit, you know, and whatever the fuck, but like to that fucking level, I mean, honestly, even in the triple digits, I'm kind of like, the fuck, even with higher level shit. It's like, nah, no one should be getting some bonus of like, you know, $500,000 or $1 million or whatever the fuck. That's insane. Fucking absurd.
Million.
Especially when you're just laying off a bunch of people just so you can get it. At that point, just go fuck yourself.
Up from 3.7 million in the prior year, and you can see how.
At that point, the only goddamn bonus you ought is. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I just realized. No. Cut myself off.
One of the clearest points of
capitalist system, unfortunately, yes. Well, hopefully you get radical. Hopefully you get mad and want to almost say something like that. And the only bonus salary they get is a one-way trip to the fucking sun. They want to like have their weird little space yachts, and they can have it with a one-way trip to the sun.
Consensus in the Abacus survey.
You can enjoy it, you know, your little space yacht for a time. Don't tell them that, by the way. You know, yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, why is it getting so hot in here? Ugh. Oh no, why is half of the fucking system shutting down? Why does it feel like an oven?" I mean, by the time they actually get to, like, anywhere near the sun to where they get eviscerated, like, they'll probably die well before then because they'll just get cooked. But you know what? Hey, it'll be fun. Just have a camera, you know, just live 24/7 hour feed, you know, because, yeah, the first little bit, we get to watch them, you know, pretend to enjoy everything and live their little luxurious little fun space yacht life. But after some time, you know, you really get to enjoy it because you get to see them starting to be like, "Ugh, God, I keep sweating. It's so hot. Why?" Trying to communicate with Houston or whatever the fuck, or SpaceX or some shit, and they won't get back to me. You know, like, all that shit, dude. Bonus straight coming from a metallic barrel. Preferably one that is, you know, imported as well. You know, it's got like the little grooves and shit. Maybe you know, something to help compensate with certain gas expulsions that might, you know, come from it. Stuff like that, you know. Yeah, just thought.
Is the belief that
I think my idea is a little bit more fun, though, because, you know, hey, make a pay-per-view for like $5 a pop. Even the poorest of fucks can watch it. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, if our Netflix and Xbox subscriptions are all like $15, $20 a fucking pop, I think people can get like $5 for a pay-per-view, and it works one time. So even if you leave, you can go back and, you know. So, yeah, just like one-time payment, and you can watch all of them. As far as I give a fuck. Just a one-time payment, and you can watch all of them go have their space yacht adventures.
Should be paid for all work-related duties, which, again, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to learn that they are not already. But as they write here, not just when the plane is moving, nearly 9 in 10 Canadians agree with this position, and there's virtually no difference between liberal and conservative voters.
Let's actually kind of look. Oh my God. Literally, there's no difference. It's just a unified consensus. Look at that. I mean, it's a little blurry even for me a little bit, but I can still read it. You know, Conservative Party Canada, 88% support. Liberal Party Canada, 89% support. Frequent flyers, 85%. People who follow issues closely, again, I really don't know why it's phrased like that, 90%. I mean, this is basically a fucking consensus. Like, people across the board are like, yeah, they ought to be paid more. They ought to get better benefits. They ought to, like, you know, be paid, you know, not just when the plane's in motion, which that is just fucking mind-boggling to me. I guarantee you it's the same fucking bullshit here in the U.S., but the fucking fact that that is just a thing, period, is fucked. I guarantee you, when it comes to even airlines like the United Arab Emirates or some shit, they're fucking, flight attendants and shit and, flight hostess or whatever the fuck. I guarantee you they're getting paid better and also getting better benefits and shit, especially when it comes to, like, an airline like that. Yeah, it's like they treat women, people like that, like shit. And when it comes to UAE, but when it comes to their airline, like, seems like it'd actually be a legit good gig because they need to. They need to, like, in a way, because, like, it's a very high-end, kind of somewhat luxurious type of fucking, airline. I mean, especially if you watch anyone who, like, vlogs, like, going on airlines or, vlogging air travel and shit like that, like, even for the flight stewardesses and shit like that, like, it's a very pristine, like, luxurious kind of almost like kind of job, and I would imagine, it's treated like such. Not with Air Canada, not with like the U.S. or any other bullshit. Oh my god! Of course he did. And back now, cute.
Again, most people are not crazy. They believe you should indeed be paid for the work that you do, regardless of if the plane is in the air or not. Now, Sid Ryan shared this. Air Canada short changes flight attendants by approximately $11,000 annually, so the hourly rate on average, $26 an hour. Unpaid work, 35 hours a month. Total equals about $11,000. This is an hour.
What? So half of the money they could be making is just not there. Like, with how much work they are doing that is unpaid, they legit could be fucking having that doubled if they're actually legit just paid for the work that they're doing, even when the plane isn't in the fucking air. That's just fucking wild. Like, that's just straight highway robbery. Like, people need to be, like, put in life in prison and assets seized. Like, the CEO of Air Canada, the higher-ups, the executives, all these fuckers need to be locked up for life. Every asset seized and have that distributed amongst, like, all the lower-level employees of Air Canada. Like, I'm not even joking. Because this is a straight fucking robbery. And this includes, retired employees, too, as far as I give a fuck. Like, because, like, how many retired employees or former workers, of Air Canada have been fucked with, like, half of their proper wages just being robbed blind for, like, at least 25 plus fucking years. Probably since the conception of this fucking airline.
Outrageous abuse of its employees. No other profession would accept such blatant.
He gave a mini eagle to Putin. Didn't he give, like, a model of the B-2 to him, too? The list provided pronounces for all the Russian men expected at summit, including President Putin. Because Trump is illiterate, it doesn't... Oh, my God! Our country's unironically being ran by a dementia adult fucking psychotic retard. Oh, my fucking God. You can't make this shit up, bro. Dude, President Camacho would actually unironically be way better than this fuck.
Exploitation. And Market Mania shared this. So in 1990, the Air Canada CEO made roughly $250,000. Flight attendant made roughly $25K. CEO at that time made 10 times more. Now,
of course, the resident drunk is there.
The CEO makes roughly 220 times more than the average flight attendant. And an even further breakdown. So full-time entry Air Canada flight attendant earns less than minimum wage, $27,000 a year before tax. CEO makes 458 times more than entry-level flight attendants. This type of discrepancy. And
because they're on a salary basis, like, they're being robbed to the point where they're getting less than minimum wage. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, restaurant workers in states where it's like you have to literally survive off of tips and shit probably make more money than a fucking flight attendant. I mean, it's actually fucking wild. The fact that I was, like, a deli clerk at a grocery store making more money than a fucking flight attendant, like, or at least equivocal, or at least should be equivocal, because at least, you know, even with the, you know, Canadian dollar value, it's just like, with how much they're making, I was making just after taxes about that much, you know, collectively what they should be earning, about like 21K. You know, that was like at the peak, you know, before I got fucked, you know, but like they're making, so it's like somehow me being, you know, when I was being a deli clerk for a fucking grocery store was making more money than a flight attendant going from city to city, probably different countries, and having to like maybe pay off like hotels and shit too, because I didn't get paid off, you know, paid for by, you know, the company either. Maybe if you're a pilot, but evidently not as a flight attendant. So it's just like, it's fucked. It's actually kind of fucking wild. Because even for me, I always thought it would be kind of cool to be like a flight attendant or something like that. But if this is how they would get treated, then fuck that. I mean, it's like, I mean, I'm sure like the actual genuine perks and the pros of the job are still really cool and fucking awesome. You know, but like ultimately, I mean, I don't want to deal with that bullshit. Suppose I'd, you know, have a union still, but still, it's just fucked. Because they were serving fish. It probably, I don't know. Or maybe like, you know, some Russian fucking cuisine, and he was like, gross, I hate it. Where's the Big Mac? Where's the McDonald's? There's a one in Anchorage, what the fuck? There's a one nearby. Not even one in the fucking airport, I dare you. We're wrapping this up early. I need a Big Mac. Need a Big Mac, folks. There's some fish per document. Yeah, I bet he did, bro. I guarantee you, yeah. He was upset it wasn't the fillet of fish. It was just some, like, luxurious rich people fish food, you know, seafood and stuff like that. And he was like, disgusting, I fucking hate it. And honestly, knowing how rich people probably are when it comes to their food and shit like that, I imagine it would probably be, like, a little gross. Or just fucking just tacky and stupid. And barely fucking anything at all. Oh, wow, I was actually surprised. I was wondering when that fucking stupid shit was going to start spamming itself there. It's like, damn, it took forever for that to happen.
Aren't already open. I think a lot of your eyes are open to just how separated we are in the work. Like, you have the working class, which is
some halibut and some fish I never heard of. What's it called? I probably have heard of it. Because I like fish. I mean, I'm actually kind of a seafood guy myself anyway, so there's only, like, certain seafood I'm not really a big fan of. Like, but ultimately, like, I'm down for most seafood. So, depending on what fish it is, I probably not only will know it, but probably have had it. I've had halibut. Halibut's fucking good. Tilapia's pretty good, too. Salmon's fucking amazing, especially if done right. Properly done salmon is disgusting, but a really well done salmon, fucking amazing. It's like Palapia, I think it's called, or Palaptia, or something like that. I forgot exactly the name of it, but I've had that before, and that's actually pretty legit. You're never gonna fix it, are you? I'm been busy with other bullshit. I haven't got a chance around to it. Okay, like. I lost an article. I don't know. Oh, well, whatever. It's all right. I'm sure it's going to be talked about. It's going to be in the gossip political circles. I'm gonna probably hear about it. If you find it again, or find another article talking about it, you can send it my way. Jesus fish, just some Jesus fish.
Reason any of these companies exist at all, and that these CEOs can make any money at all is because of people doing the actual work. And then you have a complete separate class of executives making a hell of a lot more than the people actually performing the labor.
And the fact that these motherfuckers from Resso, Kazaz, That doesn't even sound like a real name, bro. Kazaz? Alakazaz! It sounds like a fucking, like, spell that I'm gonna fucking launch at a motherfucker in, like, Harry Potter or some shit, bro. Like, what the fuck type of name is Kazaz, bro? A filet mignon? Rip City? Oh my... Rip City. Not a fish. A filet mignon steak. What? That's not a fish. Filet mignon is not a fish. You know what? That explains why Trump especially fucking canceled it, because he hates steak like filet mignon and shit. He wants it like a hockey puck with ketchup on it. He wants it like fucking really well done and with ketchup shit like that. I mean, the fish, you know, he could probably excuse that, you know, but I guarantee you they just never did the filet mignon right because he wanted it, like, his way, but they didn't because, you know, the chefs and the cooks did it for everybody, you know, and he was like, yeah, gross, they didn't specialize my shit, fuck that. You know, and he left because he was probably mad that they didn't do his food right. I guarantee you that's why. They, you know, that's honestly, now it explains why, you know, their little meeting and everything ended early, because he was probably fucking butthurt that the chefs didn't get his order right. Or his specialized fucking pre-conditions. Hence why they had filet mignons. That actually explains why they had those, because he requested that probably, or at least steaks, and they did that and didn't do it his way. Because they cooked filet mignons for everyone in that meeting, not just for him. And I guarantee you that information either wasn't passed by or they didn't give a fuck because they're like, this is fucking disgusting. I'm actually going to cook a fucking steak properly, you know, instead of this barbaric savagery, and just didn't do it. I guarantee you it was probably that. Because having a well-done steak, especially with ketchup, is literally some barbaric Philistine shit. Like, I question you even being a fucking human if you eat shit like that. A well-done steak is one thing, but when you got, like, that goddamn fucking, like, you know, like, ketchup and shit, I question you being a fucking human. A well-done steak is honestly just not even, like, I don't like it for me because, it's too chewy. You can't really eat the meat. Like, if you have it medium rare, like, especially if really done right, it just melts in your mouth. And it's just... You can't get a steak done right unless it's medium rare, unless you got some pink in the center, some juice, and some moisture. Like when you do it well done, all that moisture is gone. It's just now just chewy, like hard to swallow fucking meat. It's not chicken, it's not pork, it's not one of those like meats where, you know, you have to, you know, where it is necessary to cook all the way through. A legit fire. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I mean, raw beef, you know, if done right, ain't even that bad. You know, hence things like beef tartare. I mean, and even at sushi places, they have had like, you know, sushi where there is like some beef in it, and still in sushi form, and it's just as good. Honestly, it's a little different, but it's good. If anything, honestly, it's just a little bit tougher to like eat through the meat, I guess, just because it's like a little raw. But I mean, honestly, like, so is fish to an extent. I mean, because once you cook it, it's just very brittle, you know, like at least with fish meat. So I mean, it's just one of those things where all the other things, especially like the rice, you know, the seaweed and all, you know, the other ingredients that you add to it, like it really complements, you know, kind of the toughness of the chewy factor, you know. Now we got taste raw steak with mayo. I don't like mayo. I will have it with other sauces, but not with mayo, dude. I fucking hate mayo. Hollandaise. Like, Hollandaise, if we made like a straight Hollandaise sauce, I've done that before, which is like the equivalent of like a restaurant-style mayo. That shit's actually not that bad. I'll have some Hollandaise. Not a lot of it, because it's kind of a strong flavor, at least to me. But it, I'm not a huge fan of steak in general, but I'll eat it. Well, we cook carne asadas, and also, I mean, in a way, I mean, carne asadas arguably, like are kind of the same way. It's just such a thin cut of meat that you don't really need to cook it long, just long enough to where especially with a marinade, like all the juices are absorbed and stuff. And in fact, if anything, one thing I would probably add, at least when you do your carne asadas and stuff, is if it's possible to have like maybe like like a little pan or something where there could be like a butter glaze, like we get some butter, and then we get like a little spoon, and then like because and this is even a professional way to do beef too when you cook it. You can take butter and baste it a little bit as it cooks, which helps retain its moisture and keeps it like flavorful in the sense that it absorbs it way more. I mean, so like maybe like that would be my only little thing, because at least the last time when we were at the beach, one thing I noticed that like while everything was so amazing, it was just a little tough to chew, and stuff. Is carne asada technically a steak? I mean, if you don't dice it up or cut it up or anything. I mean, if you just cook carne asada just as it is, then yeah, it can be a steak. It's just a super thin cut one. But at the same time, you don't have to cook it long. I mean, honestly, I guess that's really the only thing. It's either have like maybe a little something like that, or just don't cook them as long. I mean, because you don't really have to cook them as long as they are. You just have to like make sure that at least the center of it is not like bloody, but still has juice. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe do a quick little test with a knife and just get the center and take a quick look, and and especially when it comes to steaks, I've relatively have like, even though I haven't done it in a long time, I've mastered kind of the broader techniques on how to get a really good proper steak, and there are different techniques to it. But at least especially if you're out like grilling something like out on the beach or something like that, there's techniques to do it there where it works just as well as if you're doing it in the kitchen. But either way, like, I mean, if anything, I would just say just maybe just don't cook them as long, and so it still kind of retains a little bit of the juice and the moisture, so it kind of is a little bit more like melt in your mouth when you take a bite. But I mean, it's cause sometimes it's hard to gauge too. I mean, when you do it enough, I mean, especially on enough of a frequent level, and you kind of master it enough, then you can eyeball it at a certain point. Like, because at least with like, let's say I had like a regular steak I was cooking, like a decent, just 16-ounce, like New York style steak or something. Like, I could easily just eyeball that shit and it'll be fucking amazing. Like, but in a different environment like camping or like on a grill out on the beach or something, that would be a little different, and you have to kind of engage back and forth a little more. It's a little more trickier, but either way, it's still going to be amazing and dank regardless. If anything, at that point, you just might have to have like a little sauce or like a compound butter or something like that to complement it a little more. I like mayo, but mayo on steak sounds nasty, and I don't like mayo, and that especially just sounds nasty. For chicken, me? I like meat, dude. I don't really care that much. Like, honestly, like chicken, steak, pork chops, fucking horse steaks. I've had that before. Bison meat. Fish, shrimp, crab, lobster. Dude, I like it all for the most part. I mean, bruh, to me, I don't give a fuck. I'm an omnivore. I'll eat all the meats. No, that would be medium rare if you want pink and bloody. Well, I prefer that, but the most like common way to have a steak done is either medium to medium rare. And medium is when you got some pink and there's still a little juice there, but it's not full on bloody. I mean, there'll be a little bit, but I mean, not like straight like you press down on the meat and it's just like blood, just comes out. There might be a little when you do it with medium, and with the little bit of pink that is there, but, whatever does seep out is just going to be fats and flavor and other stuff. I mean, granted, if you do, the steak right. I mean, if you were doing it without any like, way to keep the flavors in and like base it with like butter or some other thing to moisten it, then all those flavors are just gonna seep out and it's just gonna be kind of dry, and then it will just be blood, and that's no bueno. Bitch. There's no right or wrong, dude. Kind of depends on the cut. It also depends on the specific style, too. Like, there's different ways and techniques. That's what I was saying. Like, when it comes to at least, for really any culinary thing, there's different techniques depending on the region of the, world that we're talking about. Like, in Italy, for example, like, how they do steaks there literally will depend on the different Italian regions. But even there, like, just with that in itself, they're going to do it a little differently than, how people do steaks in Germany or in Russia or in, France or in Norway or literally anywhere. I mean, because there ain't no inherent right or wrong. That's the great thing about cooking. There isn't an inherent right or wrong unless you just suck that bad and are going to food poison everyone or some shit. Like, there's some wrongs. I mean, that's like the only wrong. It's like if you just fuck it up that bad. But when it comes to cooking, that's the beauty of it, because if you know what you're doing, there literally isn't no right or wrong. It's just about taste at that point and what you're feeling for your taste and who you're serving it to and all this other shit. At that point, it's just like kind of like gauging the vibe, so to speak, whether with yourself, whether you're cooking for other people or it's for a job or whatever, right? Like at that point, I mean, like the culinary world is your oyster at that point. Like you can kind of make it whatever you want. I mean, I guess within reason, of course. There are definitely some people out there that like to try to think they're cooks and chefs and then experiment with shit, and it's literally the most disgusting, disastrous shit in the world. Everyone wants to see blood dripping out of their steak. I can get that. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But you can still do a steak right without it being like a hockey puck. You know what I mean? Like, when it's well done is one thing, because at that point it's not a hockey puck. But then you get people that just literally want it like borderline charred and just like a fucking chewable. And it's like, how in the fuck do you even eat this? You know what I mean? It's like, there are just some people, and my mom's like that. She ain't like Trump level, but she literally can't even handle not just blood, but pink. She can't even handle that. I'm just like, the fuck? It's like, that's kind of a part of the flavor of the steak is a little bit of that shit. It's like, what? Even the tiniest little bits. I think she's softened to the point where she can handle like a smidge, but she just can't handle it. Yeah, she thinks it's like mooing at her still, or if it's like pink or whatever. Not even blood, just the pink. It's just like, Mama, it's not raw. It's cooked. It's just that it's not browned and all that shit because it hasn't been cooked like that long, but I promise you're fine. It's like, most like bar, restaurant style burgers I've had have like a bunch of pink and stuff in the center of it still. And frankly, those are the best fucking burgers I've ever had. And especially when you could tell that they kind of like, hand make the ground beef and everything, like, and hand make the patties and shit. Oh, dude. Those are like some of the best damn fucking burgers that you'll ever get, like in town kind of thing, regardless of where they really come from. But if you find a burger like that at like some bar or brewery or anything and they do shit like that, it's like, bruh. Fucking bruh. Mine's that way too. I don't know, man. Is it a mom thing? Yo, if Logan's still here, is your mom the same way? Honestly, let's just ask this to everybody. Mornax, Ripsid, if you're all still in here, are your moms the same way? Is there something about moms specifically where they're like, I see blood in my meat, I can't handle it? Is that like a genuine thing? Because if it's for your mom, Rose, and I also know another mom too of other friends that is like that too. So, is this a thing? Do you think it might be like maybe a maternal instinct of like, this used to be a living being, my child could be eaten like this? Oh no, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, do you think maybe some subconscious like thing or something? Nah, I don't know. I doubt it, but there's got to be something to it, though. Because if there is, like, an actual trend towards that, and I'm really curious. Is there an actual trend to that? Yeah, since we're actually not really looking at that right now, I'll just do that just so we can kind of get that to stop, at least in the meantime. No idea. Oh, unless medium rare. That's the way I was brought up. Oh, well, hey, that's at least good. My mom loves medium rare. Maybe it reminds me of when I was consume this more. Well, Chicago has good burgers. I've heard good things about their wieners. I assume they do. But okay, so it's not like a full-on trend with the whole, like, steak thing then, I guess. Alright, so it's just a weird thing then, I suppose. Of React stuff. Well, I might as well put some of your links in then. I'm just doing it for now, just so it just doesn't keep popping up over and over again. Because, I mean, when it comes to that unit stuff, I mean, we kind of pretty much, like, got the broader gist of everything. I mean, there's probably some more details and stuff that I want to kind of get into, but I could just look into it in my own time. At least, bring it up, when there's, like, an update with the labor strikes, with DeFi attendance and shit. Babies are poor nutrients, so they cry too much or are full of shit. Arguably, it's actually the exact opposite. Why do you think there's a conspiracy theory about, like, adrenochrome and shit? I mean, because of how it's not just a youth aspect, but it's also, like, veal and shit like that, or, like, lamb meat, like, baby animal meat and stuff. Like, or, like, there are definitely things about, like, quote, like, baby meat / youth meat, when it comes to, like, animals in general that have, like, a value on top of just, like, the regular meat of it, right? Like, so if that's already kind of a factor in a thing, including even eggs, like caviar, right? Like, like, or salmon eggs, or, like, some eggs on, on some sushi and shit, right? I mean, or, like, chicken eggs, like, having, like, so there's already a value to, like, that type of meat and stuff, right? So if that's the case with pretty much, like, most animals that we eat already as it is, from every, or at least most of their cycle of life, why would it be really any different for us?
Boom bow wow chickadee. Boom bow wow chickadee. Boom bow wow chickadee.
Wow, they did not bark or anything at all.
Guess who I bumped into just now? Back up, Jazz. Jazz.
Hey, yeah, Jazz,
I bumped into Jen at Smoker Friendly.
Oh, nice.
She looks good, dude. She looks really healthy.
Oh, hell yeah. That's good. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool to hear from Jen again. Even though I have her number and we kind of text back and forth occasionally. Well, Rosé, I guess we'll see if I have a chance to react to some of this. We'll see. If not, then I suppose we can just save for next time, but... Yeah. Oh, wow. Streamlabs is actually kind of being done with my battery, but this entire time it didn't drain much. It went down 5%.
I asked her if she wanted to hang out, but she was like, oh, I'm actually already going up to hang out with a friend in Clackamas, so that didn't work out.
Yeah, she was actually kind of...
Pine bites for you.
Cool. But yeah, she was actually kind of asking not that long ago, when I was hitting her up, being like, yeah, how's everyone doing? Kind of want to at least, hang a little bit, just catch up and say what's up and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll hang out over tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
I'm off work, so. Made $82.
$2.
Not bad. It was kind of a slower night, but that's still good. I would have made more if I would have drove my own car and would have got the gas reimbursement,
Yeah.
Probably would have made more like 100. That's okay.
If anything, hopefully at least, eventually figure out, like, a permanent solution for the windshield. Yeah, just because of the bullshit with that.
Clean up the kitchen.
Yeah, of course, man. And it wasn't even that big of a deal. It was mostly just dishes and then just wiping some stuff down. That's all. Just like any other kitchen. Easy peasy. Bump and squeezy.
It's just look at you, so cute. This cute little farm. Make a little cave out of this little spot of yours.
Yeah. See if we get a little chance to at least react to this shot here. There we go. I know it's gonna probably do its weird little bullshit thingy boop as soon as I do this. And of course it wants to do that as soon as I notice as soon as I switch the scene over, it's going to be like, oh, you know, you did. Even though for some reason it still works, so whatever. But I know, you know. But let's see what we got now. Oh wow, it ain't popping up. Maybe that's a loophole. Maybe I just have to take the screen off for a little bit and then bring it back up. Never mind. Oh, why did I jinx it? Son of a bitch. Oh man, if only, man. Son of a fuck. I definitely gotta deal with that. Is that a baby or is that a cat? That's a cat. That cat is fucking demanding. Jesus, I've met some demanding kitties in my life where they're like, meow, meow, you please give me food. You know, but this one is like fucking like begging like life depends on it. It's like, please give me my milk now. That cat is okay. Now this guy's just being a dick. Quit shaking it. I know you kind of have to do it really quick, but like, get that baby in your arms and hold that little sweet pea and comfort that little fucking bean. Like, how dare you just like make this little thing screech and cry and jump for it while you're doing this? Like, hold it in your arms. Since like a whole minute ago. Yeah. But that baby, though, it's a baby. It needs all that food and milk and stuff so it can grow big to be a big, juicy, gigantic, meaty killer kitty that can go out and murk insects and rats and mice and shit. And maybe birds, even though we don't want them to go after the burbs. This cat, dude. You've shooken it enough. Give this poor baby its milk. Aw, I wish we could kind of see it more. There we go. That cat, he's holding, the cat is being held up by the milk bottle. That cat got some fucking strength, bro. It's like, give me that milk. I drink milk. Dude, Jericho Gawain's song, I Drink Milk, needs to literally be, like, playing behind this fucking video. Because, like, this cat literally is the spirit of the song. I drink milk. Like, it just straight is, dude. Like, oh my god. Fucking clinging on to that bottle like life depends on it right now. I mean, kind of literally. It actually kind of does, though, so, yeah. What the fuck? Oh my god, my soul just melted. My soul just melted. That was just too fucking cute. Jesus, Beebus, that was absurd. Oh my god, look at that baby. Oh. The ecstasy instantly in the cat's eyes since it tasted the milk. I know, dude. Got your girls titties full of that milk. I drink milk. I also eat bread too, bitch. Milk. What the fuck you don't understand about that? Drink milk. Oh my god, that cat was fucking adorable. Though, I will say, he should have just, like, immediately been like, alright, I shook it enough, here you go. Yeah, just rapid fire that. Because that cat was fucking unhinged, just going off, dude. Even Bandit wasn't like that. Like, honestly, like, even Bandit wasn't even really that crazy. I mean, he would be a whore for food, though. He'd be like, meow, meow. Like, he would be all up in your grill for that shit. But never like that. This is... Jesus, what is this? Vita Carnis Terminal Rally? The fuck is this? Kind of feeling that the other links are pretty much the exact opposite vibes. Yeah, like, what is this? Might actually do 1.25 really quick here. There we go. It's a tad longer. Huh? There shouldn't be a lot of commentary that we need to pause for. Well, it's at 1.25. I mean, what is it? I guess we'll do this real quick. No explanation. Love it. Love it. I mean, the way it's titled, it makes me think it's like a song. Like, Vita Carnis sounds like a band name, and Terminal Rally sounds like the song. Or vice versa, but it sounds more like it. Vita Carnis would be a band name. But what this video talks about shows. Oh, okay. Oh, content warning, content warning. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Ah, shit. Gotta read stuff. I have a request. One of the researchers I know has been missing their progress reports. I knew he would miss a few since he got approval for one of his field projects, but it's been 4 months. No, it's my place to ask you of this, but I'm worried. Should I ask you if I wasn't sure something was wrong? I found out where he was researching. Unfortunately, you know the area well. I will send information I have. B, right? Yeah, B. Well, it's related to the video you reacted to before. Alright. Oh, with the union stuff? Hopefully this thing doesn't really annoy me too much just trying to read it. Because I'll read out loud this stuff just for the, for narration purposes, I guess. Dr. Farron Browns, Mimic Expert, Progress Report, Judicial Cards.
Before the final stage of the Mimic's life cycle,
Oh, oops.
humanoids began to hide mainly in plain sight and clothes. They also rely more on their vocal skills than the previous stage. They use words to lure people closer, although the extent of their vocabulary is very limited. Only speak in small sentences for luring. A fun fact, mimics have been found to speak different languages depending on where they come from. Anyway,
This one was years ago? Well, I imagine the video was years ago. I'm just saying, if you're saying it was related to a video that I was reacting to earlier, then that sounds mental.
for the elders, we haven't found any. There are only a handful of sightings, zero pictures, and only one clear one. The only info we have are from that one they killed years ago. Other than that, we are completely clueless. Personal log. If something happened, I got permission and some equipment to go out of the field. It's not much, but we can definitely work with this. Got sensors, cameras, and some stuff to look up. I'm heading to the location now to set it all up. No one else wanted to help, but that's fair for what I've got planned. I'll make another log once I've got everything set up. And log.
Could put this over here so it's easier to listen to. Hopefully this doesn't get too loud.
Okay, everything is now finished up. I have some of the equipment at this main door. Motion sensors and the camera pointed right down here. It's not much, it's not pretty, but it will work for the time I've got. There are a few sensors and cameras in the other rooms as well. Basically some nanny cams set up to record when motion is detected. And down there is main base. And here is where I will be staying.
In the bathroom?
Door, just in case.
I mean, hey, if you need to take a quick shit, The unfortunate thing is, if it's a smelly one, you're just going to be, you're gonna be in the fumes a little bit.
But it should work. It has a barricade as well. And if worse comes to worse, I'm not completely defenseless. Here are some lights I've set up to light up when one of the motion sensors gets triggered, so I can know which room they are in.
I'm guessing he's trying to like hide from a monster or try to catch one or something.
Energy bars and water that will last me the 20-day period. The water doesn't fully work. The toilet does though. Very thankful for that. Anyways, I guess I should go ahead and do my job. Audio log, day 1. Everything is now in place and testing has begun. The activity setting up in this household has for sure drawn the desired attention. Make sure to make it look as if I have not left the house. Based on the location, I'm certain I'm in at least one mimic's territory. Set up sensors in several places in the house where I'm sure there's likely to be activity. The main entrance, the side door, basement stairs, the living room, bedrooms 1 and 2, and the closets, the kitchen, upstairs bathroom, and just outside the basement bathroom. When the sensors detect movement, he'll turn on a camera and record for as long as it detects movement. It will also turn on a light on my panel to show me where in the house the activity is. I also have a monitor set up in one of the bedrooms so I may hear what's going on. Now all that's left to do is wait. End of vlog. This is thrilling. This is going to be a blast. I also end this one as well. I'll return for day 2. Day 2. Around 8 in the morning. Nothing on the panel yet. Been occupying myself with some books, writing. Yeah. Shouldn't be too long here. Next to know I have left.
It's just a house that's been room directly connected to the bathroom. Cheap bugs. Whatever, let's get this all gone away. Your tail. It's insane.
Oh my god, I grabbed this as fast as I could to record.
Be nice to Vito. I'm bullying him.
I'm not. I'm giving him love. Look at him.
You haven't moved too much?
He's getting love. Bring him closer so it's easier to give him love.
Now they're in the living room.
I need my Copen dog for this analog horror. Copen dog.
It's looking around.
Is there gonna be a jump scare in this? Because I swear to God, if you jump scare me on this one.
Back to the living room. Go see if I can find it. Stop.
Damn, this dude lost his feet. That fucking sucks. This center.
Stop.
I guess he got a disease and lost his fucking feet.
Damn. Damn, he got an amputation. Maybe he could still play if he, was able to recover.
No, these guys are old as shit. These are like 50, 60-year-old dudes.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, I was about to say
Shaq. When Shaq was young, with same guy. Now they're
old.
Okay. Now they're old.
So, all right, I get you. Yeah. I was gonna say, it's like, hey, he could use Usain Bolt it. It feels like a young dude. Be like, yeah, I'm like 25, and fortunately, disease got my feet. Fucking, but I'm gonna recover and keep playing a little bit. Do what I can. Usain Bolt that shit. You know what I mean? A slight jump scare? Well, I'm sure there is. Of course there is.
It probably did. But I'm a bit suspicious. Why hasn't it moved at all? I hear it. The monitor doesn't make any sound. Something else?
If I was this guy, I'd just grab the goddamn gun and just go out there and be like, what the fuck is this bitch? And just pop it. I'm assuming he's like, what, like paranoid about like, a creature being in his home and stuff and just lurking around, like trying to find him. I mean, because if that's the case, I'd be like, yeah, obviously have your position, where you could defend yourself. Like, that ain't a bad idea. But for me, I just have it in my room. And then just like have my rifles and stuff there and, my shotgun, my rifle, and just like, just chill in there with all my ammo and just be like, all right, if these motherfuckers want to, you have the same setup, but as soon as I know exactly which room they're in, I'll be like, all right, as soon as they're like in the room that's next to mine, whoop, quietly pop out with a flashlight, like, on there, just like go bam, 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 thinking man on that bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Another 2 hours. Nothing has happened. I'm worried I accidentally scared it off. Or it's not even.
And I'll have an extendo on that shit too. Because I have a few of those too for my rifle. So I'll just be like, nope. I'm making sure a 30 rounder ain't doing the trick. I'm going to make sure like 45 or even 75 will.
Goddamn allergies.
I know, they've been driving me nuts today too, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, now he's getting the right mindset like I am. Papa bitch. What the flying titty fuck is that? Is that like a weird demonic eldritch Teletubby?
So, real quick.
The fuck?
Consensus, bloody beef is the best beef. It is. You gotta have some kind of blood in that beef.
Thank you.
It's just that simple, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, whether it's the best burger I ever had was a spinach blood burger. It was over in New Hampshire when I was visiting my uncle who lived out there for a bit. Right on the it was like an oceanside like grill place, and they're like had these famous blood burgers, and the outside is like cooked.
Yeah,
the inside is cooked too, but not so long to where you lose all that blood.
Mm-hmm.
And that blood, literally, it looks like blood.
Yeah,
just slightly cooked.
Yeah,
and
well, of course,
the blood, it doesn't taste like blood.
Oh, it's not. It's just
it's
like
juice stuff.
Yeah, it's like the liquid proteins and all the shit in the meat that
it's DMD nature.
Yeah, because
that was the best.
Well, for me, like my best burger is pretty much the same way almost, but it's a place in Texas. It's a family owned.
I'm sure. Texas
and they have like 2 locations, but one of them's near my aunt's, and it's called Branded Burger. And they actually, on their buns, will actually put like a little branded, like their logo on it, and all that shit. It's actually pretty cool. But I got, but every time I go there, I always get a bacon burger that they got over there. And dude, like their patties are about like yay thick, and the juice and the like pinks and the bloods and the flavors and everything. Like you could just tell that it's just like giving like a whole, You
did it again.
Flavor of love.
You left me that one. You left me nothing left. No, that's a. This is a perfect bowl. I thought it was like booty on the bottom, and you just topped it off. I will hit this. Thank you.
I mean, not like.
It's been a really weird week. I'll tell you, man. This past week kind of sucked ass. The past month sucked.
Oh yeah.
Past month, like August, has not been good to me.
This is like whole year has just been fucking not really.
Most of this year has been pretty shitty.
Yeah, I mean not like the.
No, it's not the end of the world type, but
or the worst of the worst. But man, it's definitely like
net negative. I would say.
Yeah.
Overall, slightly more negative than positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bumped into my district manager's husband because he was picking up his son from work at downtown, and he's like big time mechanic guy. Like that's what he does.
Yeah.
And he went and looked at my car, and he was like, "Dude, I would help you. I'll actually help you out with this." Like, and he lives up by the trap.
Oh.
So Monday or Tuesday when he's done with work, if he's not busy, he told me to just bring my car up there and. He's got a heat gun, like an actual heat gun.
Oh, yeah.
So you can heat the metal up, and then it's so much easier to like take out the dent.
Yeah. So it sounds like at least have an ability to.
He's got a good glass shop that I can go to for cheap too.
Nice.
So it's cool, man. Having my work actually support me when
your workers are actually helping you and be like, hey, we understand.
Prius, the 2 different Priuses, but
the Rise Tyrell ships,
work.
right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know, like Domino's doing a union job, but hey, the fact that they kind of weirdly will kind of be solidarity with each other like that, that's great. That's actually some really cool shit that, you got workers like that. They're actually chill as fuck. Be like, hey, I'm going to help a brother out.
This definitely needs to be.
Yeah, it's getting to that point for sure. Ooh.
There's not even enough water in there. It evaporated.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. I was wondering why, even for me, I was kind of like... I'm just stoner, so I guess I'm kind of a little used to it, but it's like, yeah. Could put a little ice in there, I guess. So it's a mimic. Normally, this kind is called the elder mimic, which is what happens when they over-consume. Huh.
Oh, and I need to get a compressed air thing.
Oh, air compressor?
No, compressed air gun.
Well, that's what I mean, like or like, canned air.
I can use it for my car, and then I could use it on this, too.
Depending on how powerful it is. I don't want it to, like, be so powerful it's like...
No, I'm just gonna get a standard whatever.
And you should be able to find one at, like, even in places like Office Max and shit, because they have them for, like, computers, electronics, and those can easily work for really anything.
You heat up the metal,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pop it out, and then you cool it again, and then you heat it up, and then you also can take that hammer with the silicone thing. I have to get one of those.
Yeah.
You tap on the stress marks when it's warm, and then cool it off. Again, hit the stress marks, and it rounds out the outsides of the dent. They kind of rump out. You know what I'm talking about? Slightly, ever so slightly, all the way around. So you have to out all the rumps. Then you can start on that bitch with there's these little things that you basically put, and they'll bind to the metal.
Yeah.
Once they cool. And then you can put the slide hammer on it and just it out. You just do it over and over.
Yeah,
and
you'll just
over
have to
and
kind of
over.
repeat the process maybe 2 or 3 times, but yeah.
Oh, way more than that. We're talking like it's gonna be.
Well,
like
I don't know. I mean, I'm just
It's a lot.
guesstimating. Yeah, I'm just assuming because I
Slow
haven't
and
worked
steady.
around shit like that.
I know me either, but I think it'll be an experience.
Hey,
And
learning
if I got-
experience, you know?
Yeah, if I got a friend, help.
Oh, yeah,
Please
especially if they're a
oversee
little
it.
bit of knowledge about it,
Yeah.
or even saying, like, yeah, I know a little
Yeah.
bit, I can help you, blah, blah, blah. Like, that means that they really somewhat knowledge and can help you out for sure.
Yeah, bad timing to not have my car to make money with going into
Yeah.
the Chicago trip. So it's good that they're letting me use the Prius to still make money.
Yeah, for real, man. Yeah,
I only
seriously.
probably lost a day of work. And then I lost probably like $20 in gas reimbursement. So I didn't get that fucked by this week. Could have been a lot
I'm
worse.
assuming you don't have to, like, I guess if it's, like, empty, but, like, I'm assuming you don't have to, like, fill up the gas mileage in the car. With the
Oh, I fill it up and they reimbursed me for that. So, like, the Prius that I drove today was completely empty almost. The last driver was an asshole and didn't refill the shit up.
Okay,
So
I guess there is at least a little bit, but not the same as if it was
You're
your own
supposed
car.
to always at least have half
a tank.
in there. So I just filled it up all the way for them.
Full tank it.
Yeah, but it's downtown gas stations, dog.
Yeah, those
like
are gonna be jumped up.
something,
Yeah,
dude, so
it's shit.
It was like
yeah.
$50 to fill the motherfucker up. But they
Oof.
gave me 50 back, so
That's good at least.
yeah. I was helping. I was supposed to be out at like midnight because it was so slow. She was having me go home, and I finished up doing all garbage and shit. And then we got flooded with carryouts, and she was getting beat up on the fucking like order line board, so she couldn't even help anyone up front. So we had this like 5-10 people line of customers that I had to like take care of for her. So I was still with customers for like 20 minutes after I was supposed to actually be off.
Damn.
So she let me keep all the tips that they gave.
Nice.
She was nice. She's like, you can just take that cash. She kept the online tips. You can't do anything about that.
Oh yeah.
The debit card tips, but the cash tips I got to keep. Really cool dude from Seattle I was talking with. He like does business here, so he's here every other week. He's becoming a regular when he's here.
Nice.
But yeah, really, really cool dude. Like, dude's super into funk music. So that's how me and him got to talking, and he's a very positive, optimistic guy. I was trying to tell him, like, no one plays funk in Portland like my age. I'm a unique breed, dog. Like he's like, oh, I'm sure you can find a couple guys to play off. I'm like, a couple guys to have a funk band, you need to have like 6, 7 dudes. Like if you actually want to play a legit funk, because you need a horn, you need at least a horn. You need one horn.
A couple horns at least.
Really, yeah.
Like a sax and a trumpet or a trombone.
You need 2 at least. And then you got to have the guitarist, you got
the bass, the drums, and maybe another percussionist that is doing other percussion instruments, and a vocalist, maybe. And maybe
keyboarder, dude.
And then one or two of them need to have like backup vocal stuff too,
that's
on top of the vocalist.
That's like 7 minimum,
like a Fishbone style. Like you need Walter roster.
Yeah.
And also able to play different instruments.
Get 7 dudes who want to play that kind of music.
Yeah, like
and are compatible.
Well, yeah, because like with Fishbone, like Chris and Angelo Moore, and like they because Angelo Moore will have like a baritone sax. He has like the the theremin. Like he would do other shit on top of vocals, and Chris is like doing the keys, playing cornet and a trumpet and trombone, and then also like fucking doing keys and all this other shit. And vocals, it's like, I mean, just, it takes like, especially for certain sounds and certain art and stuff, especially for something like, like funk or like ska, other stuff, like, it does take like a really unique, like, talent.
I played ska music too, man, but...
for sure, yeah.
Like I said, not a lot of people want to play that shit.
Well, here in Portland, I mean, because there's a lot of punk ska shit around here. I mean, I don't know, man. Are you sure? Like, because, I mean, I've learned so much and found so much ska just literally being a part of the scenes around here.
I'll play this. This is my counterpoint to my own point. The thing is, if you can get those people together for that kind of genre of music, chances are it's going to be better music than if you try to... No, because those people want to play that shit. And they have to be trained to do it. Whereas, like, there's so many variations of punk and metal that there's more room for you to just find anybody to play with and kind of find a sound.
Oh, especially in Portland? Oh, absolutely.
You can't really go in. But you're like, we're making a funk band. You know it's going to sound like funk. Whereas, like, hard rock umbrella of punk, grunge, metal. There's a lot of ways you could go. And it's almost like the jam will just figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, with funk...
It's a lot easier to form a band.
I guess
you don't need as many... You can do it power trio.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of people to get together.
With metal, for sure, yeah. I mean, unless you want to be complicated and expand it and do some fusion stuff. Well, and that's what I was going to say. Because with, like, funk, you could do some fusion, too, with funk.
It's all about who you know, dude. Mm-hmm. And that's luck.
Just knowing the right people.
Dude. A lot of that is luck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For sure.
Power on. Bluetooth. Bluetooth connected.
Turn this down a little bit.
Oops. There we go. About halfway through this anyway, so finish it up.
It turns out I have lured in.
Good thing I have this at 1.25.
Even worse, the nose wearing. It has become here. The light from the front door.
Actually, anything I might 1.5 it.
Waiting. I realized that he wants to.
A little too fast. 1.4.
I'd like to attempt making my own bloody burger.
Actually, ain't super hard.
I have to look up how to do it and really be confident in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just gonna I think this is how it goes. Just fuck it up, Just cook it on low. It's not gonna work.
Maybe I can,
There's more of a technique to it than just...
Yeah. I mean, I know a little bit about it, so maybe I can,
that'd be a good barbecue idea.
Yeah.
Like, hey, people, come over for blood burgers.
Yeah. Because at the very least, I could do some of it, for sure, because I know how to do a little bit. God damn it.
Fucking Marcus with fucking Cam Thomas. He used an 84 dude like he's fucking Curry. Crazy how he just finds a player he likes and makes him OP as fuck.
I think it's time.
I assume Marcus isn't
stay here.
home.
Vic, I need to leave.
No.
I need to leave. I gotta make
She stayed over here for 2 days, so now he got to go over there for a couple days. Definitely when I clear out some space. You know,
Yeah, when I was doing the beer
I want to
rambling,
get like a long coffee table so we can actually play games and shit, dude. Like do some fucking chess.
well, when I was doing the bearded ramblings earlier, they were leaving as I was like kind of in the middle of it. I had to mute it at least on my end because they didn't leave quite yet. Marcus came back and had the door open a little bit for a sec, grabbed something, and then came back out and left. But didn't say nothing to me or nothing. I think they kind of noticed that I was a little busy doing my thing and stuff. I don't think they realized what I was doing though.
Yeah. You probably did it.
The show's the Aftermath of the Counter also have a positive short from Spicy Mustache. But that's because I figured some beef. Well, I mean, I guess just because of right now, maybe it'll probably be better for us to look at this like a little later, maybe. Take it back like 10 seconds if you don't mind. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like I was saying, it'll probably be a little better maybe just to maybe check this at least at a later date. If you wanted to send it to me on Discord, I could put it on my watch later stuff, because I have like a little playlist set, for stuff to look at,
You want to cheers me or?
I'll do that with you. Which one's the shorter one?
They're basically the same.
Oh, okay. But we can at least, go back at least, to like the 8-minute mark or something like that. Oh.
Yep. Yep. When it's hectic.
Doing a solo game?
No, I'm doing, till you're ready, I'm going to do some Rocket League. I figured you weren't quite ready to play.
Well, I mean, because the what I'm looking at is like a 17-minute thing. So I was just mentioning we can at least finish it at another time. I just figured, the short that he wants to send stuff, we could look at that and chill a little bit. And just honestly, if anything, just kind of just casual stream it. If anything, if like I could just like stop this, but then just start another stream like immediately after this and just make it casual after that. That's where the super tense stuff is. Actually, just watch the next few seconds and skip to the end. That's where. Okay. I mean, I feel like it'd just be a little better, maybe just like watch a little, because I am actually a little intrigued with it. I just want to like, at least have the opportunity where I can, like obviously have like the focus of it. Not that I'm like, blaming the homie or nothing about it, but it's just like it would be a little better, I think, for the react, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of thinking of it from the streamer perspective, I suppose. Well, at least look at this really quick, because obviously there was something intense that I didn't miss. Well, hi there, buddy. Please tell me I at least had his gun with him. Then if you want to watch the series on your own time. Wait, this is a whole series? Actually, that's probably a good spot right there. The 10-minute, 25-second mark. It's actually a good spot to, like, keep going with it eventually, at another time. So, I mean, I know you're saying maybe just skip to the end, but, I want to at least give a proper react to it, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll save the rest of it for another time. That's for sure. Main thing, we'll probably just, like, watch a homie play around, too. Well, actually, you know what? It's actually not a bad idea to potentially just, like...
need to dump this, bro. At least forgot.
But, giving him. Alright. But, I would say at least, I'd at least wrap this really quick, but I'll just come back, on, like, the YouTube short stream style and just kind of just chill for maybe like another hour or so, at least for like a 2K game and a round of Rocket League that he's gonna do and all that shit. Ice cream. Oh my god. Okay, you know, you sucker me into it. You suckered into ice cream for me, so alright.
What is it?
Oh, wait, oops, gotta do this first. Even when the screen is not on, it's doing that? Wow, okay.
The ice cream. I don't know.
Pineapple ice cream? Fuck yes, fuck yes.
Don't throw the screens and calls and make the party.
I know this guy. This dude is like that weird punk, like hippie guy that fucking has like his own little garden. And yeah, dude, I love this dude. This guy's fucking based and amazing, dude. I love this guy.
Vanilla extract.
I love his accent too. I wish we could actually see him. At least we could see his tats. He's got badass tats. Oh my god, look at the layers. Holy shit. Look at those layers. The layers though.
Nope.
Oh my god, look at that shit. I love that he made sure to grill the pineapple. Oh, dude, yeah, because it accentuates, you know, the flavors and shit. Oh, yeah, yeah.
What is it?
Dude, holy shit, man. That looked fire as fuck, dog. Oh my god, can I just, like, eat all of that, like, now? I'll literally let, like, my entire fucking, like, row... I'll let my entire row of teeth just rot, like, all of them. I'll just let it all rot if it means that I could just enjoy myself with such dank. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, no, I'm now... I have to rapid fire a fucking game for him now. Oh, shit. I'm not that great at Rocket League, but I have to fucking do something now. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, I just knocked the bitch out of the way. Fuck you, motherfucker. Let's go. Fuck you, bitch. That's right. Let's go. Yes, that's right, homie. No! Oh, shit, this got intense out of nowhere now. All hail. I should have did something different. Let's go. Oh, fuck. All hail. Fuck off. Oh, you bastard. Ah! Heep! Nope. Oh, shit. Ah! No! No! Oh, I just boxed my homie. I accidentally hit my homie. Ah! Let's go. Come on. Shit, I need to, like, get my booster shit, like, leveled. Let's go. Come on. No! Oh, you bastard. You bloody bastard. Ah! Fuck off, cunt. Oh, let's go. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Oh, no. Homie, I'm sorry. I wish I had a mic so I could just spam and yell at people. Let's go. Dude, no one scored yet. Ah! Yeah, back the fuck up. Oh! No! Yes! Let's go! Ah, damn it. Yeah, that. Nice. Oh, you blew me up, you son of a bitch. Oh my god. Ah! Oh, at least I fucked you up. Ah, but you got the ball. Oh, is that guy from Afghanistan? He has the Afghanistan flag. Or at least the old school Afghanistan flag until the Taliban took over and then they changed it. Back to, I guess, its old school 90s era flag. No, 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 no! No! They got us. Shit. Ah. Son of a bitch. Fuck it.
Alright, this bong cleaned up.
Titty sprinkles.
Changed all the water, got out of all the flaky shit, and then I rubbing alcoholed it. I rubbing the alcohol on the inside of the mouthpiece too. Might need to let it air out a little bit first. Let's see. Can I do? Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can.
I can. Oh, fuck! He hit me. My own teammate. Fucking idiot.
Dude,
Ah! Ow! Oh, it's lagging. Oh, it's lagged. I got fucked by the lag. Oh. Damn it. Okay, they obviously have a better team.
It took a while for him to score, though.
Insane Tacos. That's my teammate. Let's go! Woo! Me and that boy, we did it. I almost yeeted it, but then I was like, I don't have the angle. And I just quit, and then my boy was actually there. Which, my yeet actually made the other dude go left and missed the ball, too.
Yeah.
He left it open, so that was good.
Dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you got any friend, helped.
Oh, damn, close. Oh, shit. He boomed that and bobbed it and lobbed it. Oh, and missed it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. Almost.
No, why'd you do that? He backed it, tapped it in. It would have just bounced. It wasn't going in. Almost. Oh, shit. Ah! No! They bumped me again, dog. Bro, that was a game winner if they would have just got out my way, my teammate.
That would have been an OT right there, dude.
Oh, man. What's up, guys? I don't know where y'all are at, but the allergies here are fucking terrible. Oh, damn, Andrew, you were terrible. 50 points, that's it?
Well,
you weren't as bad as unbanned Chris. I'll play one more. Unless it takes forever, and then I'm going to be, like, out. It's not about to sit around for 3-4 minutes.
yeah, no shit. Which landscape proportionate, the better landscape, but the bars make you feel like it's kind of like a movie. Yeah, because I guess aren't my little life kind of like a movie. In a way, it can be a little. But here, we'll take like a minute or two break. Come
Yeah,
back
don't-
in a
You
sec.
don't need to watch me play fucking Rocket League. Entertain your chat, dog.
Well, no, we'll be back in a sec. I mean, we'll
For
just
2K, maybe.
yeah, we'll be back in a sec. You know, with another little strum.
Oh,
Little part 2, but I'm just in a different little bit of a mode. So that's all. Give it like 5 minutes, and
that does help with the algorithm, doesn't it? If you have more videos.
Well, the short / like vertical stream algorithm is a little different from the landscape / other. Yeah, so there is actually like a factor to it. Yeah, but
So you should do both to capitalize on.
that's what I've been doing back and forth. I'll do React streams with Source Arnold sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah, we'll just be casual, maybe for like another hour or so. Playing some games and 2K and stuff. But beyond that, not doing something serious.
See, next year your game timed out. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, so we'll be back in a second
I'm
and
not
do some
doing
2K.